Hello, Aloy.
Hey, Gaia. So, me and Beta, I guess you heard what happened.
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, two heads are better than one, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation, if you like.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
Connections in place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right? In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position, and mine is too.
Mine as well.
Okay. Radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off. Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected. Imperative escape containment. Applying countermeasures.
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go.
Capture imminent. Initiating contingency 13F.
Wait, what's that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
It's cracked.
Look!
Engage. Autonomous defenses. Directive. Neutralize.
That means machines are on their way. Get ready.
Here they come! We're spotted!
Pues bien, vamos a empezar este desastre. Saludos a todos, ¿cómo están? Saludos al buen Sando. ¿Cómo están? A Z. De nuevo, bienvenidos chicos. Un gustazo verlos por acá. hijo de tu... Me llego por la espalda.
Aloy, get a hand over here.
Se descongela el torito, no sé qué vamos a volverlo a congelar.
Draw it away from Beta. Stay back.
Rápido. Y justo cuando yo le voy a disparar, se me viene encima. Saludos, Beta, ¿cómo estás? Buenas, buenas. Estamos en el caldero de Géminis para hallarle mate al asunto de Hefesto. Y está canijo esto porque no me dejen paz ustedes. ¿Qué mendigo tigre?
Aloy, get a hand over here. Draw it away from Beta.
Tengo que envenenarlo. Poco, mucho, pero tiene que servir de
Stay
algo.
back. Get back.
Míralo.
Aloy, for you.
Mendigo tigre, Toño, no me dejen en paz.
Over here, you.
No tengo flechas para desmembrarlo.
Aloy, get a hand over here. Draw it away from Beta.
Más grandísimo pantalla. Vienen a rogarme, mendigo. No dejan hacer nada. Y estoy perdiendo vida de más.
Over here, you.
Agárrate, mija.
Aloy, get a hand over here.
Hijo
Draw
de
it
tu.
away from Beta.
A cargar flechas.
Stay back. Get back. Can you help me out?
Ah, disculpen ahorita los locos. Anda. ¿De locos?
Over here, you. Come on. Aloy, get a hand over here.
Got it. That's all over.
Ah, mendigo tigre, Toño.
Beta. Stay back.
Siempre te cae donde vas a llegar.
Get back.
Al fin. Ya. Tira de rocada.
Over here, you.
Hay que llamar la atención para que se dejen de bar.
Aloy, get a hand over here.
No puedo crear más. Bien, se alejó. Hay que aprovechar. Ahora nunca.
Draw it away from Beta. Stay back. Let me know if you're down. Get back. Over here, you.
A darle los contenedores que sean. Listo.
That's all of them for now. You two okay?
Still breathing.
Aloy, Hefestus can't escape, but it must have fled deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here.
I'll get the cracked core fixed in the meantime.
Keep her safe, Varl.
All my life.
Costó bastante esto. Híjole. Canijo, pero quedó. ¿A tomar esto? No, pero el caldero de Géminis, donde supuestamente vamos a enterrar a esto. Pero no sienta con tonterías este cuate. Puros dolores de cabeza.
I gotta chase after Hefestus. Force it out of wherever it's hiding. Make it retreat to the core.
Así, un saludo a todos. Bienvenidos. Espero que estén bien. Sando, Mau, Z. Los primeros en llegar acá. No se la pasen muy bien. Estamos buscando ver cómo rayos llegamos allá. Está bastante lejos.
Aloy, I'm patched into your focus feed. You should know there's a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there.
Por acá esta guerra siento guerra futurista, tiempo medieval. No exactamente medieval, honestamente. En realidad estamos en el futuro de la Tierra, pero muchos años después. Algo que se explica en la primera entrega. Horizon West. El Zero Dawn, perdón. Ahí es donde se explica. Supuestamente una catástrofe.
It's some kind of production chamber. Hefestus is up to something, all right?
What kind of machine is it trying to build?
I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down. I bet those metal carriers will lead me to where it's getting materials from.
I bet that's where Hefestus is hiding too.
Muy bien, nos toca enfrentarnos a Hefesto. Y a ver cómo nos va, porque todavía nos falta mucho por mejorar, aprenderle. Vamos a tomar materiales antes de enfrentarnos lo poquito que haya. ¿Para qué esta saga de nueva reputado contigo? La estoy conociendo. Zero Dawn empezó con una chica llamada Aloy, la que ven ahorita. Todo el mundo le hacía al fuchi por ser una Nora que no tenía familia. Pero se termina convirtiendo en la ungida. Y poco después la redentora de una tierra llamada Meridian. Tras haber derrotado a una función subordinada llamada Hades. Y ahora necesitamos conseguir los datos de la subfunción Hefesto para fusionarla con la función maestra Gaia. Así que se está volviendo un verdadero problema en este asunto. Como no tienes idea, Oh, que la canción, muévete. Saludos, gato man. Bienvenido a Raúl, a la desolación. Y como nos dice por acá, Z, ayer te hicieron pepino. Pues es que lleva a salir el necesito perfecto, pero pues me falló. Me falló el populismo. Me quedé con ganas de hacerlo bonito.
Well, that doesn't sound good. Machines are making a beeline for another chamber. I better follow them.
Tengo cuidado de acá. A ver qué onda. Tenemos la producción del suroeste. Explora 2 cámaras del caldero. Híjole. Vamos a ver qué nos encontramos aquí. Échale un escudo. De por acá, Raúl, justo a mi hora de la comida, casi cena. Pues provecho. Que lo disfrutes. Vamos a tratar de hacer lo posible. Hacer esto de forma amena. Este calderito de Géminis está resultando ser un pequeño acertijo en sí mismo. Hay que buscarle por dónde llegar. Así que vamos a buscar la forma de romper el escudo. Y pues no te preocupes si apenas estás conociendo la saga. Ya te di un pequeño resumen de cómo se va la cosa.
I've managed to rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it.
Okay, Nice.
Ven acá, ¿Cómo están, chicos? ¿Qué tal su lunes? Espero que inicie de forma tranquila. Que no haya sido tan terrible el inicio de semana con este horario de verano. Sé que no todos los Órale, mendigo lagartito. Y si no fuera suficiente, ahí está. Hacerle daño donde más tiene su depósito. Y vámonos. ¿Qué? Por un momento pensé que se había trabado. ¿Cómo están, chicos? ¿Qué me cuentan? ¿Cómo está empezando su semanita? Saludos, visión. ¿Qué tal? ¿Quién es tu nuevo caballero? Un gustazo. Bienvenidos. Un ratito con Horizon. En un rato para darlo en las otras plataformas mientras me acabo mi maruchan con Tonayan. Comida de campeones. Honestamente se me antoja la maruchan. Quiero maruchan. Primero, vamos a destrozar esto.
Oh, great. The machine's on the way. Beta! Hefesto has locked me out of a node. Any ideas?
I'll see what I can do.
Adiós. No sé si llamarla comida de campeones a maruchan, pero debo decir que es demasiado rica para hacerla. Hay que romperle su saquito. Ahí está. En los tubos. ¡Ah, caramba! Pues mira, que aunque no se combine de campeones, tienes que admitirlo, siempre se antoja la mendiga marucha. A ver. Ven acá. Ya, muérete, mendigo lagarto. Ah, no, quítate. Ahora estoy activando otra vez. Vamos a tomarlo. Uf. Me quiero dar un... Eso es lo que más le hace daño. Los cachetes asquerosos. Listo. ¿Dónde está la ataque? Entonces, chiquitos. Dios. Tenemos que quitar los pulsos electromagnéticos que trae. Segundo. Épale, mijo. Uno le lanza su trancazo. Que de uno a uno son fáciles de vencer. Adiós.
I tapped into the core's network hub. I managed to disrupt Hefestos' control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice. Thanks.
Sounds like it fled to another chamber.
Well, I better not get comfortable.
Ahí está, una cámara menos. Cielos, qué horror. Se pone muy intenso los combates, me gusta, pero también es muy fastidioso. A tomar esto. Pero por acá te toca la mano, ya casi no lo como, además me están provocando presión alta. ¿Cómo crees? ¿A poco si te estás enfermando de la presión? Busqué tantas comidas. Y fíjate que tiene más de un año que no como una maruchan. Les admito que se antoja cañón. Son estas comidas rápidas que sabes que son malas para tu salud, pero que igualmente las quieres devorar. Porque siempre te antoja una buena pasta, una pizza, unas buenas papas. Hay que admitirlo, la comida gorda es deliciosa.
Great. Hefestos took us a little lightning. I gotta find a way over it.
Aloy, more machines keep coming. Please tell me you're getting close.
I'm working on it. I've been smashing through a lot of machines on my side too.
I guess Aaron is missing out.
Anyway, I'm making progress on the bypass, but I need something to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one of the machine carcasses?
Right. Or some luminous braiding.
And you could reinforce it with a conversion cylinder.
For increased connectivity. I think we can do this, Aloy.
Cada parte de semana me sentía mal, pero ya he retomado el ejercicio. Oye, es que sí está canijo eso, Como no hay que descuidarse, tener alto con todo lo que comemos. A mí también me encantaría estar comiendo rataburguesas todos los días, como las que luego se andan aventando. Ay, Dios mío. A ver, ¿dónde están por acá? Ahora estoy comiendo torta de arroz con guisado. No es muy rockstar, pero al rato me tomo la cheve. Un Kentucky, unas catiras para que después no nos estemos muriendo de una tifoidea. No. Te creo que te den paro cardíaco, pero tifoidea no manches. ¿Tan poquito te quieres? No. Un raspado, eso todavía. Esto todavía me parece más acorde. Diablito, creo que tiene mucho que no he visto uno de esos años. Pero sí me acuerdo, por ejemplo, de los raspaditos. El patito.
Got it. Gotta move.
Andan bien bravos. Uy. No, ya. Ya me caí. Por acá, tengo repasitos, te quitaron las tres. Yo sí los conocí. Eran bien ricos. Eran súper deliciosos, la neta. Ah, Dios. ¿Qué es aquí? No me has visto. Ah, no, que ya no tengo camino. Ah, sí me alcanza la flama, hijo de su. Me acaban las flechas. Estoy en llamas. Me chocan lo super sensible que es la mira.
Scrambling my focus.
Listo. Órale, te me vas calmando. Ah, como que triple ataque, mano. Casi le doy. Salta como chapulín esta cosa. No se está quieto para nada. Así. Sí, ahora sí llega de comer, solo necesitas pasar la morada. Muchas gracias de corazón. Espero que te haya gustado la comida. Aprovecho a todos los que andan por acá. A ver, no sé, por acá. Eran muy efectivos los raspatitos de la desaparecida Landa. Mira, aquí ya todavía está la Holanda. Lo que ya no está es el producto, porque por un tiempo lo relanzaron aquí en México, pero ya ven que salió el asunto de los 3 sellos y bueno, vale más. Así que un pequeño antojito mexicano tan mítico está en la goma. ¿A ustedes qué opinan? Vamos a curarnos. Y ahora sí, continuamos con este desastre.
Autonomous defenses deployed.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I'll try to get your access back.
Acá y qué rápido siguen acá. Vámonos. Rápido. Se cansaron de raspatito al lugar que los pingüinos marihuana que ni tiene pingüinos a la postura. No, desaparecieron muchas cosas, la neta. Han ido en picada el tema de los dulcecitos. Mira, yo entiendo que hay que cuidar la salud mexicana, pero también hay que publicar un sentido de responsabilidad casero, ¿no sé? Me voy a quedar aquí, hijo. ¿Para qué bajas y después de activar aquí? Y saludos de vuelta. Aunque se anda quedando un ratillo. Estamos tratando de pasar juntos. Capturar a Hefesto. Es un desgraciadillo. Ahí está. Uf. Por acá, es que la imagen de la persona no tiene nada que ver con el sobrepeso en la población. Es esta correlación, no creo que hayan disminuido drásticamente la cifra de la cantidad de personajes. Es que simplemente su raciocinio es pensar porque el producto tiene una imagen de apreciación infantil, que esta es la razón y la culpa de que haya sobrepeso en México. Cuando yo siento que es más que la canción, déjate piar, mendigo roto. No, me bajé. No, ya fue. Súbete. Tengo que buscar una forma de subir otra vez. Vámonos para arriba. Pinto mi calavera contigo, mano. Débil al veneno. Perfecto, vamos a aprovechar eso. Por acá todos se ven al chesto, al gancito. La verdad es que es una tontería. ¿Sabes que en Japón todavía persisten las mascotas? Y no solo eso. que lanzaron una campaña del tigre su carita está haciendo el Tiger Uppercut con Saga de Street Fighter. ¿Cómo la ves? Vamos a echarle uno de estos. Muerto.
And there. Node access restored. Now you can override it.
Good work.
You did the heavy lifting.
¿Qué material hay que tomar? A dividirlo. Aprovechando que destrozamos cuanto bestiosaurio. A ver. No nos falta nada de nada por aquí. Pero un material bueno. Bastante lejos. Todo esto. Todo todito. Crossover del tigre Toño, Saga y el dúo más invencible que Buzz y Body. Y la neta estaba muy padre. Yo no entiendo por qué aquí están con este plan. Mira, estoy de acuerdo que hay que regularizar lo que se vende a los niños. Hacerles conscientes de que es comida chatarra. De vez en cuando está bien, pero no algo de a diario. Por esa parte no tengo inconveniente. Pero de ahí de plano a desaparecerlos, porque pensando que al ya no tener una imagen infantil ya chingaron. No sé. ¿Ustedes qué opinan? Así muy sinceramente. Así simple y llanamente. Ah, mira. Bonito bug. Bugazo, no puede faltar. Un objeto volador.
Okay. Festus is running out of places to hide.
Aloy? I just registered a huge energy surge back in the production chamber. Something big is happening.
Here too. Everything's glowing.
The machine Hefestus was building. It must have finished it.
It's powerful, whatever it is. I'm almost done with the core repairs. Should we come to you? Maybe I could distract the machine if...
No. Just stay where you are, okay? Handling the machine's my job.
Okay.
Huele a jefe
Be safe.
el asunto. Y cañón, Huele a jefazo. Por aquí. Dejamos unas cosas todavía. A ver dónde. Están algo lejos. A ver, primero revisamos acá. Entonces, por acá, en mis 44 años que tengo de mi vida, he comido su carita y Choco Creepy, gracias, está dando un saludo. Porque se complementa con otras cosas, o sea, no nomás es la carita, hace más. ¿Cierto o falso? Porque comer puro cereal, eso sí tiene la dietita torre. Puro dulce, cero verdura y cero dieta balanceada. Y por supuesto que te va mal. Pero pues si balanceas, te mueves, te lo tuyo, te cuidas. Bueno, al menos yo sí lo veo. Aquí están cerca esas cosas. Nos paso por ellas y de ahí nos vamos rápido con el Hefesto. Aquí está. Materiales por montones, venga. Ven por acá, lo que a ti no me gusta y me hace daño casi siempre, mano, es el caldo de camarón y de pescado. Ah, hijo. Fíjate que yo no soy fan del caldo de camarón, pero a mi familia, uy, como le encanta. Cuando se lo sirven en algún restaurante, nunca desaprovechan el menú. Pero a mí, fuchila de bacalao, la neta. No es lo mío el caldo de camarón. A ver, no me fue por el último objetito. Está por acá. Allá arriba. Y de ahí nos vamos directamente contra el Hefesto. Hierba buena, marihuana. Y parece que ya todo. Ahora sí. Uy, mamá. Por acá. Es que también nos hemos vuelto sedentarios. Juego de primaria me antoja que arrastrar más y nos mantiene delgados. Bueno, ten en cuenta que en primaria te ponían a hacer ejercicio, tenías educación física, tenías un deporte, algo que te motivara a moverte. En mi caso, el taekwondo me encantaba, el karate también. Pero lamentablemente, cuestiones personales de salud principalmente hicieron que ya no pudiera preservar esa disciplina. Así que pues sé algo de todo, pero no me especializo en nada. Camarones empanizados, a la diabla encebollados, la clásica michelada camaronera. No, michelada no, pero empanizados me encantan. ¿Te parece que estás jugando la caída de la Orden Jedi? Es parecido el juego en algunos esquemas de control. Y ahora sí, hora de jefe. Débil al frío. Dale.
She's got rock fight. We got flash on me. It's gonna explode any second.
Hijo de tu. Salte de ahí, mija. Beta y Aloy, eres pero lenta con ganas, mujer. Ahora. Necesito burlarle algo. Último intento. Ahí está. Una buena fuente de daño. Híjole, no le hice suficiente. Ni modo, a congelar otra vez. Están los locos. ¡Ay, mamá! Mendigo hijo de puta. Cachetada. Hijo de su... Está macizo este muchacho. Métete, mujer. Ahí está. Una espina dorsal menos. Y le está doliendo. Segundo. ¡Ah, Dios! Te salvaste. Ah, chillón, ni siquiera alcancé a ver quién me pegó. No le dio. Última tanda de estas flechas que hace mucho daño. No le alcanza a dar ninguna de sus válvulas. Se mueve muchísimo ese mate. Hasta donde te duele, mijo. Ay, voy. Pero muévete, no te quedes ahí esperando a que te maten. Pues como que aquí vamos a tomar materiales. Hija de tu. Falta como una bobina. Ya no tengo cómo fabricar de estas. Y se emociona todo el tiempo, no va a hacer nada, mendigo. Microdepósito. Y no tengo cómo cubrirme de ese mendigo ataque. Corre, necesito encontrar suministros, algo, lo que sea. Pero muévete, señorita. Ahí está. Puede ser de esta flecha. No le alcanzo a dar a las bobinas estas. Ahorita los leo, segundo por parte. Tú darle a esa cosa verde que tiene ahí. Conecta. Este no es hijo, de veras. Me están dando hasta para llevar, porque esta mujer aquí se queda esperando a que le peguen y todo. Oye, este cuate te corta rapidísimo la distancia. Manches, pinche distancia que te alcanza. Bueno, las unidades. Ahí está. Le salto y me saca el segundo lado. Darle uno de esos, pero se mueve mucho. Y luego no sé qué rayos me avienta. Es que luego deja cosas extrañas en el escenario. Ay, Dios, qué terrible. Me está reventando este cuate. Está muy macizo este niño. Neta, tengo que cambiar la sensibilidad porque es demasiado. Poner el escudo porque no me está dejando de otra. Y ganarle como pueda porque tendría que haberlo matado así rápido. Y no es broma, se los digo en serio, te para y no puedo tirar. Cero flecha de veneno. ¡Corre! La verdad es que me camino esta parte me encanta. No es mucho, mijo, demasiado. Mantengan la distancia porque son así.
Good. Stand by. I'm sending Hefesto back to you.
Ay, perdón. Hasta que no logré poner distancia no pude pelear en condiciones, porque así como está, olvídalo. De mendigo jefecito. Y no le pude separar un montón de piezas que tenía. Era un poco ahí, un poco acá, pero pues realmente casi nada le puedo quitar. Una pieza. Suministro. Ahora sí. Entren por acá, nomás que los maestros de campo que están bien chonchos. Me gustan las artes marciales, pero mal que no puedo practicarlas. Yo jugaba mucho, pero me lastimé la rodilla. Por acá, se ve raro este jefe de Donald Soul. Lunita, ¿vieron de sábado si era directo? Sí, este fin de semana, que sin falta. Una disculpa que luego me haya medio desaparecido. Luego sale mucho trabajo o yo ando cansada. Pero si quieren ya, aquí en adelante manejo los avisos. O sea, que sepan que puede estar o no. Ese tipo de cosas. Hijo de su madre. Mal dormí, me dejó todo esto afuera. Pues bueno, vamos a controlar este lugar para que se termine el despapalle. Viene con todo ese Dino Terminator y es pequeño. ¿Qué clase de Metal Gear? Perdón, es que sí está enorme este fulano y pues ya saben. A la versión en la que corre y en la que él se mueve hay un trecho.
No more hiding, Hefestus!
Got it! Festus is back in the core!
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
Then we can start the merge.
Because of you, Beta. I'm glad you came along. And you, Varl. We couldn't have done any of this without you.
Right back at you, Aloy.
Muy bien, ya, perdonen. ¿Me escuchan? ¿Se oye? ¿Se oye? ¿O no se oye? Confirmen, por favor, porque creo que se me cortó el micro. Dejó de sonar. Y les estaba platicando y se fue todo al cuerno. Ya no supe qué fue el último que oyeron. perfecto porque ya me andaba paniqueando diciendo, no hombre, vas a tener que cambiar de micro. Porque ese dinopollo estaba bien macizo.
Summons to my stash.
Primero, saludos a Verónica Tapper, que acaba de llegar. Gracias por estar aquí. Segundo, pues me encantaría volver a retomar los marteles y los míos encuentran una solución permanente. Lo de la piel es algo delicado en mi caso. Tercero, pues no se ve que también le entran a las artes marciales. No pude terminar, pero ahí quedó. Cristian Eduardo, ¿qué me estás usando? Estoy utilizando uno de Red Lemon, pero en conjunto una aplicación llamada Nvidia Broadcast que me ayuda mucho a eliminar ruidos no deseados para que escuchen una transmisión de calidad todo el tiempo. Es muy útil. El problema es que luego no me doy cuenta de cuándo se cierra la aplicación, y si la aplicación está abierta ustedes no me escuchan, y hasta que no veo que está cerrada me doy cuenta de que se fue todo el cuerno. Perdón. Saludos Raúl, bienvenido. Qué gusto verte por acá. ¿Qué me cuentas? ¿Cómo te va? Saludos a todos los que vienen llegando. Muy buen lunes. Estamos a punto de sacar el rollo de Hefesto. Pero primero quiero asegurarme de que no dejé nada en este caldero. No tengo ganas de regresar aquí. Este lugar es bastante nefasto con los enemigos que tiene en particular. Ahí está Hefesto, esperando a ser enjaulado y absorbido por Gaia. Así que allá vamos. Y gracias por los GG. Ya acabamos con el dino. Terminé esto y ahora sí vamos a continuar. Y no sé quién más sigue por acá. No sin antes agradecer a todos los que andan de paso. De verdad, muchas gracias. A Gastobán, que también anda por aquí. Y muchos más.
The core is stable. Hefestus is 100% contained. Now we better get started with the merge. It's all set up. Gaia, establish the link, please.
Done.
To complete the merge, we need to excise Hefestus' malicious code. Carefully.
Redundant copy. You cost us quite a lot of time. Eric, get Beta. And squash that bug while you're there. quit screwing around.
Yeah, we're having fun, right?
Finally. Tilda, get Gaia and Hefestus ready for transport. Tilda!
I failed.
Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing? Stop her!
Beta. Varl. Where am I?
Ah, you're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other Zeniths? You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast. Okay. What is this?
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead. Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art, or the insight we might gain. Rembrandt's The Night Watch, by far the most famous painting my homeland ever produced. It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen.
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world. Stunning, isn't it? Paintings weren't the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Von Vianen's Lidded Ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Von Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial.
Yes. Such beauty from sorrow.
A lot of weight on his shoulders. I don't feel it. She's pulling out her own hair. Madness out of grief. That's hard to watch her suffer.
done so soon?
I've got more important things to worry about.
We both do. There is much we are trying to save. Not the least of which is in that vault. There's nothing wrong with... Selene and Endymion. She's the goddess of the moon, whereas he's a simple shepherd. Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret. The torch that Cupid bears represents Selene's undying infatuation with him. Though the two must remain apart, her love will forever burn. This is Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Mourning what?
His home. The ancient city of Jerusalem. He foresaw its impending doom, but could do nothing to prevent it. So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction, just as I saved these works. You could say we're kindred spirits. A portrait of the painter, Rembrandt's son Titus, depicted in the habit of a monk.
I don't get it. Why would someone like you, with infinite resources, care about this painting of... a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys. The face is bright and defined, but his eyes are downcast, heavy with misfortune. And the background seems to swallow all light. The painting is infused with a sense of loss.
I guess I understand how the painter feels.
The Gust, by Willem van de Velde, the most famous of his many maritime paintings.
A ship crossing into the unknown. I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition in particular. Though waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship, it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hefestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen...
Incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life. A 1,000 years at my back and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down. There. That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. as I watched your life unfold. You were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
So you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Well, start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Faro's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were, certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hefestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be, but her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes. Though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
Well, she felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is get into that base.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation, a passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hefestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus. By tapping them, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work. With it and the Tanakh army, victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Regala's only interested in killing Hekarro and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zenith?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hekarro.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down outside. So you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you. And more. Your ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what? Distant? Aloof?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touchy subject in those days. Because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life. Not just follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling. and the Tenakth. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tenakth survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it. What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hefestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra protection for long. You should have killed me.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
Then I think it can be done.
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
With Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister. Will be Silent's only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenakth. The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring silence to the table.
Not if. When. Erend, are Are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... We're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Pues bien, ya al fin nos revelaron un montón de cosas. Uf. Y ahora vamos a ver el mapa de dónde rayos estamos, porque nos marca casi 5 kilómetros de distancia respecto a la base.
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
Y vamos a echar un vistazo por afuera antes de irnos de aquí. Y hay que admitirlo, el paisaje de esta zona es bastante bonito. Una vista al mar, una torre al fondo, la zona costera. Y literal la base está a 4.3 kilómetros de distancia. A ver, vamos a tomar un par de materiales aquí y entonces ya nos largamos. Su mecha está hasta el otro lado del fin del mundo esta. El cuello largo. Nos faltó uno de aquí. Este de aquí ya está. Hay otro que nos hacen falta porque no tengo los materiales adecuados. Falta poco para el juego. Podrían largarlos directos si quieren al respecto. Todo depende de cómo quieran que se maneje el asunto. Si quieren ver misiones secundarias no tengo problema, pero yo preferiría mejor mostrarles las figuras primarias. Para que acabar rápido la historia y entrar de lleno a lo bueno. Mientras vamos a ver qué nos depara para el cierre. Porque creo que nada más le quedan 1 o 2 directos al juego.
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey! Can't I get 1 damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regala is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia. We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
Kotallo's right. We must fight.
Oh, all right. So what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regala's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Something like that. So...
After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith Eric...
The Zeniths were tracking Hefestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... at least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. And get Beta and Gaia back. But first... we're going to stop Regala.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me... a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Regala's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
I know. Go. Stand with Hikaru. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
The rest of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it. It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths.
We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Just tell me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
We all are.
Good.
Before I do anything else, I should check on Zoe. It sounded important.
I thought you were gonna go fight some Tanakh.
I wanted to check in with you first.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just, picking up the pieces like everyone else. I'll be there when you need me.
I never doubted that.
Oh. Good. I'm glad you're back.
So am I. I know you hate waiting, but you'll have to stay back here a little longer.
Well, you go do what you gotta do, but are you okay? It's not just Varl we lost. Beta's gone. I almost lost it when I realized my sister had been taken by Dervahl back in the Sundom.
I'm getting her back. That's all that matters.
Understood.
Do you think Zoe will be okay?
I don't think anyone's ever okay after losing the one they love. I can't tell you she's handling it better than I ever did. That keeps the rest of us level-headed.
I need to get going.
You better get there before Katalo tries to take on Regala's entire army by himself. Do me a favor. Don't go disappearing on us again.
I'll do my best.
Over here, Aloy. We would come out here to tend to the garden. Sometimes I needed fresh air. Other times we would simply sit and watch the sunrise. So when we returned from Gemini, it seemed fitting that he be laid to rest here. Now he can always look out at Plain Song and further east to the Nora Sacred Lands.
He would have liked that.
He often spoke of his sister, Vala. He said she used to gather her favorite golden blooms and tie them to her spear. Their mother called it useless, but Vala was stubborn.
Yeah, she seemed like that.
It wasn't easy. But I tracked down the flower. Gathered its seeds. As verdant limbs wither, roots rot in snow, still the sea rises, as certain as stone. From death follows new life. So it is with the land. And so it is with us. I'm with child, Aloy. I was going to tell him when he got back from Gemini. Instead, one day, I'll bring our child here. We'll sit among the blooms and watch the sunrise.
I never got to tell him. To thank him. For saving my life, sure, but also for not giving up on me.
He always knew.
Goodbye, Varl. I promise to look after them. I'll try to visit again when I can. But for now, I need to go to the fabrication terminal to install the new override on my spear. I'm going to use it on the sunline and get ready for an entrance where Gala will never forget. Keep moving, keep warm.
Saluditos, Sando, Manuel. Estamos en lo último ya. Para acabar. Porque después de este directo yo creo que ya se viene el gran final del juego. Se nos murió Bart. Ah, ¿qué estás? La neta me caía muy bien el muchachito. Y ahorita vamos a crear un control especial que nos va a llevar a la siguiente cuestión de historia. De este trono consigo lo necesario, pero después lo sacaremos. Ahorita ya. La montura de Géminis nos va a permitir literalmente volar por donde sea.
Override installed. Now to find a sunwing. I think there are some roosting at the top of the mountain.
Y el ave chucho anda aquí afuera, de hecho. ¿Quién del ave? Pero una vez que me suba ahí, continúa la historia. Pero esto lo vamos a hacer por otra ocasión. Así que, pues quiero agradecer a los que se quedaron un ratito, a los que pasaron tantito. Que los agradezco de corazón a todos. Mañana, no sé si lo continuamos mañana o el fin de semana. Sin falta. Vamos a guardar. Y hasta aquí le vamos a dejar. Cuídense mucho. Pásenla bonito. Que descansen. Y creo que podemos regresar más al rato. Todo depende de qué me digan ustedes. Un abrazo, un cariño. Son lo máximo. Y pues vamos a ver. Igual y me pongo a farmar fuera de stream lo que hace falta para sacar todo. Cuídense mucho y nos vemos al ratico o mañana. Ustedes me dicen. ¿Va? Chao, chao.